to work for passion or money, which is most important when choosing a career path?
It's money. Money for me.
Okay.
Passion for
All
me.
right, ladies. Slow your roll. We'll get into the good stuff very soon. So yes, passion versus money.
This is an internal debate that almost everybody has at some
point in their lives, right? And sometimes you hear friends and families tell you, get realistic, go find you a job that is going to pay you really, really well. And then motivational speakers will come and tell us that the only way to be successful in life is when you chase your passion. What do you think? Let us know right there in the comment section. My name is Osasoge. You get to meet my incredible women after this break. Welcome right back to the show. It is Hot Stuff Wednesday right here on TSL Nigeria TV. My name is Osasoge Aibe. Now let's salute the gang. I have Favor, Glory Brown, and of course Abby. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Okay. So I know you're eager to talk. Let's get into the good stuff and let's lay our cards on the table right now. Passion versus money when choosing a career path. Which is most important? Which are you going for?
Money.
Money. Okay, I'll come back and ask you why, but
For me, it's passion.
okay.
Passion.
Wow. Okay, well, I would say money, but why did you pick money?
Well, I mean, it goes without saying, especially when you live in Nigeria. I don't like to bring the Nigerian factor, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
of us.
The money that we're talking about is just to afford basic amenities like food, shelter, clothing. So when you're passionate about something that you love, and it comes to a point when it's not giving you what you want, maybe finances or fame, you become discouraged. You don't even need anybody to discourage you. You become discouraged. And then you have bills to pay. It's a no-brainer.
Okay, so let me hear from one of the passionate people in the room. Please, passionate people, can you please explain to us how our passion can help us pay our bills, as opposed to what she just said?
Okay, for me, I don't think it's passion. Passion to an extent.
Yeah, she has
I'm in between. Passion to an extent, and then money comes in. I go for passion for 5 years, learn in the job, and then I switch back to money.
Oh,
Because I
wow.
have bills to pay, but at the start, passion for me.
You're not a passionate person.
At all.
Please, let us
For me, it's
understand.
passion all the way. Because I know where this argument is coming from, because even from university, trying to get admission to the course, your passion, so to speak, you know, you will not get that course to study. You'll be given another course and you just be kind of stuck there. So I know that's where this whole thing comes from. But I said passion because there's no way you want to work in a job where you will not have fulfillment, where you will not be happy doing what you love. Now, it's easier to do what you love than to love what you do. I don't know if you get that.
Rema, that's kind of deep.
Because if you work in a job where you don't like, you have to be forced, you know, to love the job. But if you do what you love, it's easier, it flows, it comes natural. You have that fulfillment that this is what I wanted to do, and this is where I am, and this is the focus, and I'm getting there. So, period.
Okay, so, well, that goes without saying. You know the popular phrase now, when you do a job you love, then you never work a single day in your life. She actually just broke that down for us. Okay, moving on now. There's this debate that has been, well, I think it's sort of a stereotype, and motivational speakers will not allow us hear word. So I want us to settle it right now. Final. Does following passion guarantee living a successful life?
That's a tough one.
It's really
I think I'd like to just answer that, because what is a successful life? And I think it's relative to different people.
Okay.
What's a successful life for me might not be a successful life for you.
True that.
So for me, it could be doing what I love, being fulfilled. To another person, it could be having a ton of money and not having to work a day in their life. That's being successful
Money.
to them.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
to enhance that, you need to do what you love. You need to
Do
be
you-
in that
Do you really
space where
need
you
to
are
do what
comfortable.
you love to get money?
Yeah, sure. You need to do what you love to get money, because if you're doing what you love, it feels like you're not working. At the same time, you're making money from it.
But I
Like
can also
There's
I
that
can
ease,
also-
right?
Yeah,
I can
there's
also
that
pose
ease.
an argument that there are people who are doing what they love. At the start, I said sometimes when you're doing what you love and you're not getting what you want from it, it could be 5 years, 6 years, you're there. An opportunity might come. That passion, as it were, begins to become something you dislike. You begin to dislike it. Using myself as an experience, or using myself as a point of call, I remember when I came back from youth service, and this industry that we are, wanting to get a start. That
Yeah, we
So
can
wanting to-
relate.
exactly. So wanting to get a head start and going to different radio stations and getting, I got a lot of responses. None were favorable. I just want to learn. I'm not even asking you to pay me. Just let me learn.
The opportunity.
For the passion. And at that time, I guess I had age on my side. I was old, but still, I was doe-eyed. But as you get older, if you asked me then, if you had asked me this question, it would have been passion all the way. But now I'm older. You see the buzz of life of this country.
You've got your
I'm
friend there.
jaded. You
Yes.
understand? So it will not be so easy for me to just say passion or money. So I think it's not as easy as saying, oh, vanilla or strawberry.
No, it's not black
It's
and
not
white.
black and white. So it's something that you have to think about. And there are a lot of factors that would aid to deciding.
Yes, definitely,
Yeah.
I think
definitely.
the problem comes when you follow passion blindly.
Blindly.
When you say,
you're
oh,
not
this is what I
branding
want to
yourself.
do, nothing else. But if you follow passion, your mind is open to other things, to be
Yeah.
side hustles that
Yeah.
are also
Also.
related to what you're doing. Then you can make money. Then passion will be there for you as well.
Okay, so now talking about following passion blindly, I'm glad you raised that up, because it leads to my next question. At what point do I smell the cheese? So at what point do I know that, okay, now this is me chasing passion blindly, and the passion is obviously not chasing me back, and let me look for something that would be more passionate, and
You can
at
change your
what point?
passion, and in between, you're upgrading your skills, you're adding value to yourself, still chasing passion. You can just chase passion blindly for 5 years, 6 years. For me, no.
Okay, so yeah, so how long is safe to chase this passion?
I don't think there's any time frame. You just
depends
know
on
what
you as
you
an
want.
individual.
You know the industry you're in. If you see that, okay, it's been a year, it's been 2 years, no time frame now, so to speak, and you feel like you're not moving, no headways, you're not climbing the ladder, your career ladder, nothing is really happening. It's becoming frustrating to you, because they say passion without motivation, that's the money, brings depression. So if you are getting to that stage, then you understand that, no, I think I need to take a break. Let me, draw the line and look for something else to do, or just, I don't know.
Okay, so all this while I'm chasing this passion, because me, I'm not even understanding this conversation that we're having. All this while I'm chasing passion, let's say a year or two, I'm not getting money from it, because she said, I'm taking from what she said,
It's okay,
you're adding
you
value to
remember that
yourself.
it might not even be money. You have goals.
Yes,
You're saying,
okay.
I want this, I want
No,
this.
now I want to talk about from the financial aspect of things,
aspect
because
of
now the question is which do you prefer, passion or money? A job that you're passionate about, or a job that pays you really well. So I'm working here, I'm following my passion, and they're not paying me in cash, at least. But I'm getting value, like she said. So what do I do when I want to pay my bills? I go to the market, I want to buy a bag of rice. I'm like, but I got passion.
They have to be a certain amount.
But I have
to get-
value.
You pay them. Okay, you
have to
pay
be a
them with
certain amount to
with
get.
Like
exposure.
you said, you're adding value to yourself. You add value to yourself
but
for,
even if
for
you
some
add
time.
Which
value
value
to
am
yourself,
You go to another workplace and get
Oh,
you
wow.
might you still have to be on the same line of your career. It doesn't mean it's when you are stuck in a particular industry, or rather a particular workplace, that's when it becomes difficult. You want to be a TV presenter. There are so many TV stations around you, so why stay in just one place because you want to be?
You say this
But
thing
we
like
know the
it's so
story.
easy.
But we know the
Say
story.
it like it's so easy, but we know, you and I know how this thing you are saying. It's not as easy in the real life, in the real sense.
Talking about the real life now, let's come home to Nigeria. So in a country like Nigeria, where things are very sweet, what would you say to people who would put passion over money? using
Money has to be
Nigeria,
there.
using
Money has
Nigeria as
to be
a,
there,
yes.
isn't it?
So would you say it's practical or impractical of people, Nigerians, to say I'm choosing passion over money?
You can choose passion, but definitely there has to be a certain amount you're getting, even if the money is not up to the money you're expecting. But there has to be a certain amount to give you this motivation to push through. If you're not paying me at all, I don't think that there's much.
But that's the passion now.
I think in all of this, the value you add to yourself comes into play.
Okay.
Why, even if you're doing an internship, what are you doing? What are you there for to learn? What are you adding, to the company and to yourself?
Okay.
Because once you leave there, then you're no longer an intern. You understand? So now you're going to be working to be paid. So I think it's the value you add to yourself while you're there, hoping and praying that you get, stipends or whatever. So the value you add to yourself is what really matters.
Okay.
So then from there you can move on. Even now we're here as TV presenters. There are other side also you can do that still relates to our job.
Sure.
You can be a radio host. You can do red carpet events. You can voice over artists. It still boils down to what we do.
So let's not forget that there's a system in Nigeria. All these things that we're saying, it's sweet to say.
Yes.
But there's a system in Nigeria that when you're working for one person, it seems like the person has bought your life for the period of time that you're working with that person. So you're not allowed to.
I'm so glad.
I cannot be
so glad you're saying
working
this.
for a TV station and my voice will be heard on another radio station. It's not done
glad you're saying
in Nigeria.
this. Because I have personal experiences with what she just said. Before or prior to me being here, there are a couple of people that would say, oh, I want to work with you, I want to work with you. But since I decided to say I'm taking this, my freelance level of exposure has been limited.
Of course.
Because I'm associating myself with a brand now.
Yes.
So another brand will say, I'm not good, you're now with this person, so I have other people who are for me. So why would I want to pick you who is with another person?
It seemed like a very big betrayal. So you're working for me.
And then you're doing something else.
You're under me. So your intellectual property is mine.
Exactly.
You get.
Yeah,
So it kind of gets dicey when people say, but maybe for some types of job, but for this our own is a very, very narrow thing.
Very tentative.
Okay, so now talking about working for employees, let's talk about salary structure.
Ooh, you don't want to go there.
Because we cannot talk
Go there.
about money and passion and not talk about salary structure. So you talked about having value or adding value to yourself. Like I always say, Nigeria is a very special country.
Yeah.
Of course. First things first, you graduate, and the moment you graduate, they're asking you to bring 10 years working experience. And I'm just 20 years old. Am I supposed to gain the experience from my mother's womb or something? And then they see that, okay, you can do this thing. You have so and so to offer. You have so and so to offer. But there's always this notion that because you've not worked before, maybe you're still fresh in the industry, but you're very proficient in your theoretical knowledge, but they say they kind of want to downpay you.
Yes.
Because there's this belief, because every employer would see you as an employee, a new employee, that this person has zeal, and they can tell from the get-go whether you have passion for this thing or not. So passion, check. Zeal, check. Theoretical knowledge, proficiency, check. But they still want to downpay you. Can you please explain that?
I think from what you're saying, you're only trying to tell us that what you learn in school is way different from what happens outside.
Of course.
Outside of your school environment, it's practical knowledge. Because some persons I'm not trying to, shade my school, but we're in school for 4 years, and we never enter studio for once.
Wow.
And you're studying mass communication. So when you come out of that environment, your employer wants you to have the experience you are going to lay again on the job, and who wants to start paying you when because to them at that point in time you're not really adding value, rather they are teaching you, you are taking from them. So if it's possible, they won't tell you to pay them.
Yes, true.
So I understand, to some extent why it's that way. So it's a practical thing outside the school and more of theory in school.
Okay, before we dig deeper into this conversation, because there are so many angles to explore, right?
Yeah.
Let's take some reactions from social media. We did an Instagram poll, and Abby will be doing us the honors.
Okay, on Instagram, we put up a poll and
Yeah.
we asked passion versus money, which would you prefer? So we phrased the question this way. A career you're passionate about but hardly pays the bills. And B, A career you hate, but pays really well. And obviously, a lot of people went for option B. A career you hate, but pays really well. 90% of people.
What are we not saying? And I'm sure most of these people are Nigerians.
Yeah.
Of course.
So they know that you cannot take passion to the market to buy food.
All right, I have this one from Facebook. This is from Bayo_Ade. It says, I'd rather go for passion than money because I want fulfillment in whatever I do. I told you. Thank you. Okay, I also have this one from Joseph. This one says, money, please. Because passion, not they buy anything for market.
Okay, doesn't have time.
Like people, because of time, that's all we can take for now.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Okay, now moving further, Nigerian employee, the salary structure system. Let's talk about job description. So, do you think that when you're applying for a job or during the interview, at some point when you're negotiating salary, you should start negotiating for miscellaneous? Now, ask me what I mean by miscellaneous.
What do you mean?
Okay, so you know how when you are applying for the job, they tell you this is your job responsibility. You're going to do task A and B. When you eventually resume, you're expected to do task A to Z. And that was not part of the agreement. So should we start negotiating for miscellaneous when talking about salary? Well, it doesn't matter whether you are passionate about the job or not. Yes, we are passionate about the job. Now, they have said that we can still make money from our passion. So what do you think, Glory, we should start negotiating for miscellaneous when we are...
To me, I feel from the start we shouldn't. Let's see the value you bring into the company first. If you bring in a lot of value, you have personal skills you've developed on your own, and then you bringing them into the job, and your boss can see you're doing this and that, and not in your job description. Then definitely, if you bring a lot of value, a lot of finance to the company, you can ask for miscellaneous. Because first you've added value to it. Let's say I go.
Nigerian, I was
I'm looking at you.
that's
Glory.
only if you have
I'm
an employee where when they score.
If your employer,
They will milk you.
if your employer is a person who understands, but you know that with Nigeria we don't even have a strong job or working regulations. The environment.
Yes.
I don't want to use the word toxic, but more than 70% of Nigeria employers, they do this thing. You come into the job, they tell you, oh, this is what you're going to do. This is your job description. Nobody tells you you're going to be doing B or C or to Z. But when you come in, you're on your own. They don't even tell you do it. You don't even, you're not the one saying you want to be over. I too know, even showing yourself. You don't even have previous experiences. One day, you can just call you, oh, do this. You've done it because you don't want to say no to your boss. Before you know, the next day, another
Becomes
day,
a norm.
it becomes your job. It becomes part of your job. That's just it. And this value thing you're talking about creating, at the end of the month, they will not say, oh, you did it. Let's put in overtime or let's put in a bonus for what you did.
So it all depends on the boss.
Rather, if you miss out in doing this thing that you were doing just for the company, if you miss out one day, it becomes a huge problem. I think employers should just learn how to appreciate their staff, to motivate them. If you see that this staff is doing well, bringing value to the company, skill otherwise, and appreciate them. At the end of the month, even the tap on the back, just say, this person tries. You helped us in fixing our generator and all of that. Just say thank you. It won't do anything now. What's happening?
To your question again, I think rather than asking for miscellaneous, you employer work on your system. If somebody is applying for A, the person do A, it makes the person more productive. If I'm coming into a company and I'm doing A, B, C, I will be worn out. Let it be that I want to add value voluntarily. If you give me that space, let it not be something that, oh, by force, I must do it. If it's something I want to do, let me do it. If it's not something I don't want to do, leave me.
As long as you still put in the work you are
that I
expected.
Let's talk about working, after office hours.
Yes.
That's another problem.
Yes.
Because talking about miscellaneous now, you don't want to state your price and just say, okay, you want this, you leave it at that. Then after work hours, you're called to say, oh, do this. it's painful because even in Western world, you know, they'll tell you every hour they pay you for what you do. If you exceed your time,
they pay
you are paid
overtime.
for it. But
yes.
this, you be as someone you are called to do, and you just have to. Because maybe you love the job or you want to keep the job, because once you lose that job, getting another job becomes a problem.
Okay, so before we wrap up now, because this conversation is really, really interesting. Now, this still relates with miscellaneous, but in a different angle. So let's say you have a skill you're very good at, and it's not part of what you're supposed to do. Like, okay, for example, I'm a TV presenter. Once in a while, I can decide to function as maybe a social media marketer. So this one is completely different. So I'm a TV presenter, and somehow I know how to fix lights. So our light goes out. And now, instead of the company bringing in a repairman or an electrician, I decide to say, okay, let me repair the light. Should I ask for money for repairing the light? Is it right to ask for money for repairing the light?
I would say don't even do it at all.
But
the profession will not hold that. They should not hold.
But the
because
question is,
if you fix that equipment that day, it becomes your job. And the day you don't do it, that's where the problem is. Don't do it, so just do it your own.
But the question is
it
it right if you do it? I mean, you're adding value.
I'm adding value. This is not the value I'm talking about.
This is my skill. I'll do it outside and get paid. I use it to sponsor my passion. My passionate lifestyle that is not paying me.
Okay, so for you, Gloria, is it wrong or is it right or wrong?
It's wrong.
It's wrong to demand for money after doing something that you were not supposed to do.
No, I mean it's wrong for you not to get paid for it.
Okay, so you can ask. You go ahead with your full chest and ask, okay, I just fixed this lights. I need money for fixing the lights.
First time, I don't think I'll ask. Twice, thrice, I'm asking.
You have my
You can be fired for not doing that. You can be fired for not doing that rather than doing your job that you came in for.
Okay, so what is it for you?
This one is dicey, but I think it's right to ask. I think it's something I would do.
I think I'm sticking with favor on this one. I would not even bother because no, I cannot
have a boss, that understands that this person did something that would have paid maybe extra to repair and you say, okay, have this. It will motivate you. That's the money I'm talking about.
It's a motivator. Anyways, lovely conversation we've been having, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And we know that you have. So we'd like to hear your opinions, your comments about our conversation today. So you can go on any of our social media handles at TSLNIGERIA TV on YouTube,
Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
So my name is Abe, and the Breakfast Gang. See you next time.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.